And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, but not really. This is the 4th episode of the Before the Mic podcast being recorded here at the Comedy Shrine. My guests tonight are AJ Leidig and Mark Carsky. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Good, man. Good to be here.
Cool. All right. Thanks for being part of the podcast.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. It's
a good idea.
Yeah, it's cool to interview comedians right before they go on stage, kind of get inside their head a little bit and see what you guys got going on. So, Mark, I'm gonna start with you. How long have you been in comedy, and what got you into comedy?
I started in November of 2021.
Okay.
Super recently. I did like a handful of times before that, but I didn't take it seriously or like actually start doing it till now. Yeah. I've been doing YouTube comedy for a minute, for like 4 years. So I was like, to be like a real comedian, you gotta do stand-up. So that's kind of, I saw an interview, people will know if they know what I'm talking about, Bill Burr and H3, there's an interview, and one was a stand-up comedian, and one was a YouTuber. H3 just got destroyed, he just got fucked, so I was like, I can't be just a YouTuber, I gotta get some real conversational skills.
Right, yeah. That's one thing, is you get like, I don't mind like people doing YouTube and TikTok, but like you just said, you gotta get on stage.
Yeah.
You know. So,
they also gotta be YouTubers now too.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing that changes up. It's different. Now you kind of have to.
Now you kind of have to do both.
Yeah, you be a content creator and it's like doing just stand-up will not cut it.
No, not anymore.
I don't even know Mark, but we kind of have a similar answer. I started a little less than a year ago, but it was because I did TikTok in college and did really well with it, and I'd always wanted to do comedy my whole life. So then I just started to do stand-up about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you love about stand-up and what do you hate about stand-up?
I like stand-up. Are you saying compared to social media or just in general?
No, just in general.
Just in general?
Just the art of stand-up.
Yeah, I think it's very nice because it's so simplistic. Like, I know a lot of improv people I like are like, you're only up there with one person. Like, it's you and a microphone. That's kind of what I like about it. Is like it's very very internalized. Like, it's just you. If something goes wrong, it's your fault. You know, like it's very much self-reliant. So that's part's fun. I guess the only thing I like social media a little bit. I think the advantage that it has over stand-up. I'm not saying I like it better because I definitely like stand-up better. But the advantage of social media is like you can put out more over and over again. Like stand-up, I can only get 4 sets in a night if I really try for it and go to the city and whatnot.
Right.
But like social media, you can post every single day.
You can post 100 times in one day.
Right.
So then is there anything you dislike about comedy? Or not yet? Or should I give you a couple years?
I was gonna say, give me a little more time. I don't know, I was like 7 years old doing the whole like spoon talking to my parents thing.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
Been kind of a lifelong thing, but it's, I don't know if there's anything I dislike, more just like, specific moments you dislike,
Right.
When someone talks to you on stage or you do something stupid or whatever.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? What do you like about stand-up? Is there anything you did? I know you're fairly new, but still.
Yeah. So like, what I like that it's hard, that like how difficult it is. Like, if you ask somebody who like wants to get into it, like just tell them to write a joke, like tell them to write a fucking joke, they'll be like, man, that's really hard to actually do that. Mm-hmm. It's like, no shit, dude. But so I think just how difficult it is, because like just doing it for the first time, the mental barrier you have to get through just to get on stage, because like the biggest fear on earth is public speaking.
Right. Yeah.
So I just like how difficult it is, and then like doing, because most people aren't funny, so
that's true.
Being funny is hard, and then also doing it on stage, I just like how difficult it is, and like it's kind of like this art form that's like not really explained. Nobody's really kind of figured it out to like you can't read it in a textbook.
Yes, I've always thought of stand-up as like the redheaded child of the entertainment business.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
good way to put it.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from actors or people that do.
It's harder.
Painters, anything in the creative field. But stand-up, as far as like entertainment, it really is.
Yeah. It's like the blue collar.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the trade school of entertainment. Like it's
Because the thing, like, I don't mind that they have workshops and writing classes, but I did a workshop early. I've been doing this for like 12 years. I did a workshop, I think the first year or two that I was in stand-up. They didn't teach you how to be funny. What they taught you how to do was write more effectively.
Yeah, you can't teach somebody.
The problem is I don't fucking write.
Exactly.
Right.
You guys see me on stage, I riff a lot, and if it sticks, I'll jot it down on my phone.
Right.
Okay, that worked.
Yeah.
But for me to sit down and physically write out, set up punchlines,
You just get nothing out of it?
I can't do it. I can't sit still. I have to
that's why-
stand up like I'm on
pace
stage.
around and stuff? Or?
Yeah, and pace around. I got like ADD.
Yeah.
And act like I'm on stage, and then or something happens. So, yeah, it's like you're funny or you're not.
I feel like
or
a
you
lot
can
of-
work on it, like to get
Yeah, I
there.
think you have to be
Right.
funny and you can only be a little bit funnier type shit.
Right.
That could have been
That's cool. We can edit that out, Bob.
No,
You hear that? Yeah.
Keep it was great. Perfect timing. But so like what I hate about comedy is probably nothing. I'll probably end up hating the traveling, but like for everything's like an hour at least away from me right now. So like I'm in Crystal Lake in the hills.
Oh, wow, you're
I
north.
live in Algonquin.
Oh, holy
Yeah.
shit!
Oh, both you are.
Dude,
high
Mark
school
and I
did you-
have way more in common for us just randomly being set up on this podcast.
That's
It's so
great.
weird. You know what I mean?
I'll have to talk to you after this.
Yeah, I went to Marion, if you know what it's
Oh,
like.
I do. That's the religious one, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Dundee Crown out in Dundee.
That one's with all the hoes, Dundee Crown.
Dundee Crown.
A bunch of thoughts. If you guys are listening.
The only reason I didn't go there was because my neighbors were involved in one of the stabbings.
See?
When I was like a kid.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So
In
my mom was
Algonquin?
like, "Nah, you're not going there." Yeah, it's gotten a whole lot better, but it used to be real rough.
Grew up in the
I didn't know it
hood.
was like that.
It's not that. No, it's far from the hood. Trust me. Far from that, but like the high school was not great for a while
Because
there.
I've done work. I'm a painting contractor by day.
Oh, okay.
Until comedy pays better.
Yeah.
Right.
I've done work out in Algonquin. I did not get that vibe.
No, it does not have that vibe at all. It was a big drug problem, and
You
this
could
is
get accidentally killed by somebody.
You totally
somebody,
could.
Like somebody, there's a dude who was just hitting chicks in the head with hammers recently in Crystal Lake
Yeah,
on a
that's-
bike
What the
trail.
fuck?
Mm.
Some family like killed their own kid and buried him in the backyard, like down the street from my house. That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Something in the water. We're all like that.
So it's like a low-key, laid-back area, and then all of a sudden something will snap the fuck off.
It's also a very weird area because like it's this like when people say like it's from Chicago, it's not Chicago. It's the
Right.
northwest suburbs. It's this very like specific 20-minute.
Mhm.
But there's like a lot of famous people that have come out of that very
Really?
specific. David Dobrik.
Oh, yeah.
The guy
He's
who
from Evanston.
the guy who hosts Hot Ones, Sean Evans.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be me.
Lana Rhodes, like the #1 porn star in the
Really?
world, went to McHenry.
She's from north.
She went to McHenry.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna start talking. You're from the same area, Lana?
I'm
You-
pretty
yeah.
sure we were at the same football game.
She
at some
went to
point.
Dundee Crown.
I wish.
Yeah, 'cause they're all hoes.
No, it's.
That's crazy. That blows my mind. I grew up in the east side of Aurora.
Oh, okay.
Which is hood as fuck, but
Mm.
I didn't know the upper north suburb.
It's a weird area. Again, it's hit or miss. Like it's very much like that. It's like upper class, middle suburban area, and then just like there's 2 or 3 real rough spots in there.
So do you guys have any like open mics near there?
None that I know of.
I mean,
The Schomburg.
Josephine's in Villa Park that Chris runs would be the
Yeah.
only one.
Well, that's still like an hour.
That's still like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
at
something
most.
like
It's
Yeah,
like an hour, right?
yeah, about.
Yeah. So there's nothing. It's fucking boring out there. There's nothing.
It's kind of dead.
Nothing.
I know McHenry Downtown Theater is like transitioning to being like live entertainment, and that would be the closest thing to us, but they're not even open yet.
Oh, it's a new theater.
And
Yeah.
LOL at Schomburg is
Oh, Schaumburg is there.
Yeah, but that mic's only like I think
once every other Sunday.
It's every other
if
week.
they do it, they've done it in
Yeah.
I don't know, 6 months.
I'm
guess.
I'm like I've
Pick it up. They've been doing this over at the Comedy Shrine. You're losing it.
I
LOL.
know, right?
Well, that mic's been decent. I've been kind of like intermittently hosting here and there for them,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's a lot of fun. That room is like it's very again hit or miss. Like we had one night where there's 7 people on the list and that's it, and then we had one night where someone brought out their whole fantasy football league and like it was
Oh yeah, I used to
30
do
people in there, you know.
Yeah, when I first started, I did that mic, and it was like you said, it's always been like that though. There's times you go there, the room's packed, and then there's other times you go there, there's like 15 people there.
Seems random. Like
Yeah, it
sometimes
is,
there's
yeah.
little splurge.
Yeah, it's very random. So like, I'll go this with you, AJ. What's your like? How do you get your material? Is it mainly through experiences through life, or do you actually like?
I feel like because I'm a little bit younger, it's harder to do like commentary jokes. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
harder for me to go up there and be like, so guys, like, what do you guys think about the blue collar jobs versus white collar? When like people are like,
Yeah.
all right, you're fucking in your 20s, like shut up, you know?
Right,
So
yeah.
I feel like I have to do a lot of storytelling just naturally.
Yeah.
It's also what I prefer doing, so that kind of helps too. But I'd say it's maybe 60% written. You know, like I'll usually go on stage if something's new where it's like I have a structure for the joke, I have 2 to 3 punchlines that I like, and then I'll riff for another 30 seconds and see if I can find anything.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
A little bit of a mix.
Right. What about you, Mark? Are you...
I try and talk about stuff from my life, like, cause I heard like Chris's stuff and I was like, if it comes from my life, then like, why do I have to write about it if it's like a real story?
That's my thing, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'll, like constantly all day I'm thinking about stand-up and stuff like that, so if something funny hits my mind, I'll write it down as a bullet point, but like, I'll pretty much just try and give bullet points of shit I want to talk about, and then let's see what happens. Because if I plan it out, like, and write it long form, I try and stick to it like a script, so that it sucks. And if I try and worry too much about the bullet points, then it sucks. So I kind of just have to like let it rip, kind of, just let it go.
Yeah, see, that's where you and I are very similar, because when I first started, I would actually force myself
I would
to
write
yeah.
I'd be like, I could do this for hours.
And then I got so fixated on every single word I wrote that I think that's how I have to recite it.
Some comics are like that though.
Yeah.
Like Mark Norman is every fucking word he knows like exact.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I gotta have the topic that
I sound like a robot when I do that.
Right, yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I have to have a topic in mind, and then from there I go.
Right, it's hard for it to not sound like unconversational if you don't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the idea of stand-up, is to make a conversation.
Exactly.
Like, it's supposed
as
to
if
look
you
like,
just came up.
Right.
It's like supposed to.
It's supposed to be spontaneous.
Right.
But like for the people who might be confused of like how you could like do that and like retain any of the information, like filming your set and then watching it afterwards. Like I watch it and I'll like make the notes of like what was good, and I'll just X out everything that didn't work. I'll just circle the jokes or stories that did work type shit, and be like, just tell those.
Again, it's similar to like a speech. Like if you were gonna give like a speech in school, you know, you wouldn't write out every single word and then read off the paper. That's gonna sound so boring. Like you do bullet points, you memorize certain parts that you really like in there. You have kind of a structure to it. But at the end of the day, like, do you need to write down every single word? Probably not.
Yeah.
Right.
What was I'm going with you, Mark. What do you remember the first time you saw a comedy special or stand up and you're like, that's got me there. I'm there now. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to try. Or they just made an impact on you somehow.
Probably. My guess is probably Louis C.K. He's probably had the biggest impact. Like just seeing him, he's the only one that could like make me cry from laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Everybody else I'm pretty stone-faced watching. So I would say, but I don't think there's anybody who made me go, I could do that. But like when I see comics who I don't think aren't that good and they got specials, I'm like, okay.
Right, yeah.
If they fucking did it, this should
right,
over time, there should be no problem. 15 years, I'll get a special.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll look at specials and I'm like, really, bro? Like,
yeah, no substance. I'm like, Jesus. It's like they haven't lived life. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. What about you, AJ? Is there anything that?
I mean, specifically, the first stand-up show I ever went to, I was like 14, and I went to go see John Mulaney at the Chicago Theater.
Nice.
And that was interesting because again, maybe fall in love with it. I was like, oh my God, this guy's got to be loving life. And obviously now he's not. Right. Obviously it hasn't went so well, but yeah, that would probably be the moment where I was like, oh, this could be something I could do for sure.
Yeah. What was the question I was going to ask you? Do you guys have like hype songs? Do you like even I'm not even tripping, bro. Like even if you open mic, is there something you have to listen to before to get yourself in the zone, so to speak?
I used to like a whole bunch, and then like someone like came up to me like at my first open mic, and they were like, "What's like your pregame routine?" And I was like, "What the hell do you mean by that?" They're like, "Dude, I go like shoot hoops." I was like, "What do you know?" But I feel like I used to do that because I used to play a lot of sports, and it was like you would listen to music and it would like get you all hyped up in your head. I feel like now whenever I do that, it almost gets me a little bit too anxious. Like I'm not laid back enough. So it's like I'd rather come into it a little bit more chill.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. What about you, Mark? Is there like a...
Yeah, like I listen, pretty much I just like listen to music. I like to say like I listen to music that makes me feel like a god, you know, that shit that makes me feel good. Yeah, so that's pretty much just what I listen to, like my like hip hop or like right now I'm on like a big Brent Faiyaz kick. Ooh. He's like R&B, kind of just piece of shit dude who just fucks a ton of girls and he knows he's the shit with money. You're like same, but it's not you. But you're like you're pretending to be him. But yeah, so just get in that zone of like thinking you're him, I guess, is that. Yeah. Because to get on this stage, to grab the mic and be like, I'm going to be funny for 5 minutes. I'm going to be the funniest person. It's like, kind of takes a lot. So you got to really.
Yeah, you got to like get zoned in.
Because you can talk yourself turn around at any point because you're technically paying to do this. So like, no one's making you do it.
Yeah.
Especially
There is
anxiety and shit.
There's a great Brett Faiyaz meme where it just says Brett Faiyaz makes music for people that are the problem.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
of
listen
my
to him too,
ex-girlfriends
so
would
100%,
agree with that. They'd be like, absolutely. He needs to stop listening. You made me unfollow a woman once.
Right. If there was ever a comedian you can bring back from the dead, who would it be? The reason I asked that question because I got asked this question on Instagram.
That's a good question.
Yeah, on Instagram, I put on the story, I put ask me a random question, and that was like, I gotta ask that in the podcast. Was any comedian?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
actually.
I would say no for me because the first one that pops in my mind is Robin Williams, but I heard he was a joke stealer, and then he would he would literally pay checks to people for stealing their jokes. So just in case anybody's listening is like, how dare you say that about him? Look it the fuck up. So that kind of changed. I guess he would be the one, but if that's the case, then it would not be the case.
Yeah.
I don't really know, because like I'm not really big into like I never really was watching stand-up and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Just like now I watch it as like a chore, kind of. Like I'm like studying.
Right. Oh yeah.
I feel like Patrice is probably the go-to.
Oh yeah.
Most people, you know what I mean? I feel like that's probably the answer.
He's a good one, yeah.
Like if there is a correct answer, that's probably it.
Yeah, he would be.
But
because him right now would be just crazy.
this is going to be a horrible reason for this, but I really liked Aladdin as a kid, so I'd probably bring back Robin Williams just because I liked him as the genie. Like,
right.
I know that's not a great reason, but that would probably be it for me.
Dude, when he passed away, I legit had a knot in my throat when he passed away.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I think that shook everybody up.
I think there's like, it's a very select group of celebrity deaths that like will affect me. Like the Kobe thing did it for me. For whatever reason, it was just like, it takes a lot for you to not know someone at all, but still be traumatized when they go.
Yeah.
Robin Williams has that like happy, sad face though. It's like you're looking at pain when he smiles.
Yeah.
So that's why everybody I feel like super feels bad for it. Because like you can see the depression. It's like
it's like the happiest dude at the party ends up taking his own life.
Yeah.
Like it's sad.
Right.
You know
like
what I mean?
Ordained situation and shit. That's common in this business.
Yeah,
watch out, folks.
Right, I know this is a very dysfunctional fucking dysfunctional industry. But it's a family though. After a while, because you guys are fairly new, but after a while, it is like an extended family.
I mean, like, you're going through all this trauma together.
Right? Yeah. Like with me, like if I'm dating someone, I'm almost nervous to introduce you to my comedian friends as opposed to my parents and my sisters.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna because they'll know if that shit sucks.
Right. Yeah.
And they'll tell you in jokes.
Right. Yeah.
And you'll hear it on stage.
So that's how I was at
I couldn't even imagine dating right now. Like just like with comedy, I'd be like, you want to be home alone all the time?
Dude, it's a challenge.
Yeah, you want to not go out a single night of the week?
Yeah, stay home by yourself while I go out.
Right.
Because I would not bring a girl to open mics where you'd kill yourself.
No, you just you don't do
She
that.
would hate that. Any woman would hate that.
There's been so many times where when I first started, where guys would bring dates to watch them perform
And bomb.
And some of them would get roasted.
Yeah.
Because they would say, hey, who's this? This is my girlfriend. What the fuck are you bringing your girlfriend to an open mic for?
It's like, even if you do well, it's like you just did 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess that might be
what I mean?
It's like, I can see like a showcase,
right,
Friday,
if you're
Saturday,
booked on something,
But open mic that's a kind of an
It might make you look, because people probably have like a nice thought of what an open mic might be until you bring them to one. They're like, there's 6 people here? They're all drunk?
Half the people bombed on here? Wow.
Yeah. And she's just sitting back watching you, and she's like, oh God. She moves seats.
Right. Like when I took over this mic, I had a bunch of friends who aren't comedians. They're like, oh, you have a show every Monday. I'm like, no. It's not a show. It's an open mic.
Yeah.
You can come out. There's going to be like 50 motherfuckers here. You can leave whenever you want.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee everybody's going to be funny.
When I explain to people, they're like, I want to come see you. I'm like, no.
Like, it's going to be 2.5 hours, and you're going to see 30 different people
Your
up there.
eyes are going to glaze open.
Right, yeah.
At some point, it's not with everybody.
Right.
Just some.
Hey, I was going to ask you, Mark, you haven't done the shotgun rounds, have you?
I have not yet.
Okay, how do you like that? For those that are listening to the podcast, I implemented this little format. It's called a shotgun, the Shrine shotgun round. And and the idea is to kind of break up the monotony of your standard open mic. So the comedians that are performing, they can pre-sign up for the shotgun spot. Once they get up there, they get on a topic and they got a riff on it. So how do you, because you've done it twice, right? Or 3 times?
Yeah, twice. I'm going to try and get it tonight as well. I'm going to try and do one.
Okay.
I like it a lot, actually, because like you don't have to prepare. Like there's not that anxiety of preparing. It's like you can't feel like you didn't prepare enough. And like that just made me forget what. Oh, I think it's you piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck keeps coming up in there.
He's just rolling around the piano for some reason. But like I think it's going so well. Like people at the Thursday open mic are asking to do shotgun mics or shotgun rounds, so it's a good idea.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, like a couple people told Chris to do it. They want to do a shotgun and for him to come up with the idea. So it's definitely going well if it's bleeding into the other mics. So and I enjoy it because I get to riff on purpose without looking like an asshole.
Right.
You know, like I'm just gonna eat shit and just shit on you guys.
I didn't know that it took off so well.
Because everybody is riding shotgun.
Yeah, because now people are requesting. Because I
don't have to prepare, man. It makes it a lot easier.
Does it really?
Yeah, because like now it's not on your material really. You're not because you're not falling onto stuff you prepare.
That's true.
It's also
you're like this guy's stupid. Like, you said socks and shoes. Fuck him. That's a stupid.
Well, it's what we're talking about too. It's now you get the opportunity for 5 minutes to just write on stage. Like you get the opportunity.
Yeah, see, that was the idea.
You're kind of forced to write.
When I pitched it to Vox, and I was like, "This is what I want to do," and it wasn't to make fun of comedians.
Mm-hmm.
I go, "I want them to be able to stretch their comedic ability. I want them to get wittier on stage, and then their comedic timing and their speed." Okay, this is cheesecake. Go. What do you got? You know, obviously you don't have to do the whole 4 or 5 minutes, and then see what you got from there. And that's the whole point of that. And then people now requesting, because now it's gone from the 5 spots.
Yeah.
I think last week we had like 9, 10.
It's hilarious.
Because people come over to the sound booth, like, can you just turn my spots?
I think a lot of it has to do with
like,
preparing. Because they don't want to lean on their, because if their jokes fail, then they failed, you know? But like, I hate when people sign up for the shotgun round and they do their material. Like when they just say the thing and they're like, nah, I'm gonna do mine. I'm like, why did you sign up for the shotgun round?
Yeah.
Try.
I'm gonna have to say that at the beginning of the mic today. Like, I get you're gonna drift in and out.
Yeah.
But don't say like,
don't just go right
for 30 seconds and then go your fucking material.
Yeah, so SUVs are weird.
Right. Are you guys Marvel fans?
Or what?
Marvel fans?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said model.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Depends what we're talking about. Yeah, they're hot.
No, I'll watch. I haven't seen Spider-Man yet, and I've given up on the spoiler thing at this point. I'm just like, let me know what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's been long enough, but
Yeah.
I've watched every other movie.
Spider-Man's black now, right?
He's supposed to be.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been since I've seen Spider-Man. He's now a different race.
Yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan. My daughter actually will psychologically break down each character.
Really?
It's the craziest shit, bro. She's like 15, and she got into Marvel like about 2-3 years ago, and now she's a huge Marvel fan. So she'll look at like, you know, Tony Stark, like, oh, this guy's a narcissist. He has daddy issues.
Interesting.
Then she do it with Thor, do it Black Widow, and I'm just like, what the fuck? When I was 15
where did
years
this come
old,
from? Yeah.
I wasn't doing emotional background
Do you
checks
think it's
on
because in Marvel movies they have to exude that character so much to a point to where it's almost obvious comparatively to other movies? Like, would she be able to do that with other, like,
she does it with
Sopranos?
she does it with other movies.
Okay.
Like,
That's
she's
tight.
like a genius when it comes to breaking that character. Dude, she's so like in her zone when she watches a movie. I've taken her to movies that come out in the theaters. She can call out a plot twist before it happens.
Hell yeah, that's
I'm
good.
like, you need to go work for the fucking CIA.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
See, they got mad at me when I did that in school, because I was always the kid where they would be like predict the ending, or like, does the main character die? I'd be like, no, because it's a book, and they'd be like, you can't. You know what I mean? They'd be like, find like a literary reason. I'd be like, no, it's a book. Like, this is how it's supposed to end. You know?
Right. Yeah.
I feel
I
like
read the last page. I don't know.
like I spark noted it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy when she does that. So, like, she'll call it out of the blue. I'm like, get the fuck. I curse my kids. I don't care. I'm not like mad at them, but I just. I'm a construction worker. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's not gonna happen. And then it happens. Like, how the fuck? This movie just came out.
That's the best. That's the best feeling is when you predict something that happens in the movie.
So then when I finally do one that she didn't see, I feel all like proud and shit.
Hell
yeah. I didn't see that one. I knew he was gonna wear a blue shirt.
I was the Marvel thing. I was at. Did you guys go to Endgame the opening weekend and everything?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
That I've never been in a theater where I felt an experience. It almost felt like a sporting event. Like people were standing up and cheering, like when he got the hammer. And,
dude.
I was like, this is wild. Like I was hyped for it. Don't get me wrong. I was hyped enough to go opening weekend. But like people were
But
like,
you didn't dress up as Thor.
yeah, people like throwing fingers and stuff.
yeah.
I was like, what are we doing?
Fingers,
Yeah,
that
we
makes
went-
you rock, dude.
So like, because I got a membership at AMC, so they'll release tickets to them that have memberships, and the day before it gets released, like to, whatever.
Spoil it for everybody.
Yeah. And so I don't spoil it, but
That's what I would do.
but when I went to see Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame, and I forgot what the other one was. And when these like epic scenes happen, the whole theater erupts.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a cool fucking experience. I don't know because, I'm in this area by the city, but then I did that because we saw Spider-Man twice. No Way Home. We saw it out in Lombard, the AMC Diamond Theater. I think it was Lombard, but I hope it was whatever. Anyway, I'm not gonna spoil the shit because I haven't seen it, but there's certain scenes.
You can't. It's been like a month. You can't.
Well, this Daredevil comes out in there in the beginning.
Yeah.
If you know your comic book character, so everybody just erupts. I went to see that shit in fucking Yorkville. I can't stand Yorkville. Fuck Yorkville.
I just.
I
There's a
have
place called Yorkville?
history there.
Sounds
Anyway,
bougie.
I went to go see it again with my daughter. That same scene comes at dead silence. How the fuck does nobody know this is Daredevil? Like, I mean, he's not in his Daredevil attire, but
Do you think maybe it was like you saw that like a day? You saw it after, right? Like the release. Like, do you think like the hardcore fans were the ones who saw it the day before?
it might be.
Yeah, and like the people who didn't care as much were just the more casual.
Right. that
Like
might-
you're probably better off seeing it with the hardcore fans the week
That sounds
of.
fun.
You know,
It
it's,
is, 'cause when
it's
they-
more of a community at that point.
people are cheering and it's an experience, man.
I couldn't imagine people cheering a movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited for the Batman? Isn't that coming out?
Nah,
That or
I
Bad
don't,
is
I
the
don't,
one?
I don't know why I'm not so hyped up for that one.
I don't watch movies or.
I feel like
anything that,
DC
sadly.
just continues making Batman movies.
Yeah, it's like that's all they got.
I'd like to see them bring in a better character, but
Yeah.
I really like the Dark Knight trilogy, so I'd like to see them not fuck it up with this one.
Right.
But part of me thinks they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen one since The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight. That trilogy was fucking epic, man.
I got that. I got the poster in my room. From that was like one of my all-time favorite movies growing up.
One of
was
my
the
friends
original Dark
always
Knight.
does like the scene when he's like interviewing the Joker, or he's interrogating him. This is one kid thinks he can voice act, and always at parties will voice act that scene. So just imagine that shit every time. Where is he? It's like, shut up. We've seen it.
You know what I did for a while? I don't know why. Maybe it's the fucking comedian in me. The scene where they're in the jail and he's got a pistol up to the lieutenant's throat or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want my phone call.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
randomly say that shit.
Yeah.
When we get in arguments, like I was dating a girl, like, what do you want? I just want my phone call.
You know what? You know what? Do we consider Heath Ledger a comedian? Because if we're going back to your bring back a comedian slash act.
Did you
Honestly, to get Dark Knight 2.0, I might bring back Heath because he made that movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just to see him
Right.
in another movie to come back, he'd be up there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Was he probably not as a comedian? He's not a comedian.
I would say I wouldn't consider him a
He
comedian,
did
but
just
he's like an
stand up.
actor.
Well, just
I
that
think-
dark comedy element that he brings to Joker.
Right.
That shit was fucking I know when it came. I saw it in the movies when it came out. So in the beginning, towards the beginning of the movie, where he's like, "Want to see a magic trick?"
That
and then he
actor's
stabs the
Stabs the
pencil.
pencil, yeah.
I laughed my ass off. I was the only one that laughed. I'm like, that shit was.
They're like, can we escort this guy out of here?
Right. But all right, guys, we're at the tail end of this podcast, so we gotta wrap it up because I gotta go sign people.
All right.
Mike, but AJ, thank you for coming out. Truly appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Mark, it's been a pleasure.
Same. Thanks for
you
having
guys
me, man.
for,
Hopefully we don't get shitty spots now.
Yeah.
Watch what I like to
No,
play
I
Sonic 27.
No, I got you. But, all right, guys,
Thanks,
that's been
man.
our podcast. Thanks
Appreciate
to
you.
AJ.
Hey, thanks for having us, man.
Mark
Thank
coming
you.
out, recording here at the Comedy Shrine, and then we'll see you next time. Thank you. God bless. Peace.